Hi, I'm Sandra, the creator at Sing Play Create, and this is Sing Play Create Teaching Tips, where I'm sharing ideas for the elementary music classroom. Today, I'm sharing activities you can do with rhythm. Let's get our kids learning rhythm with these fun activities. Let's get started. Most likely, we've already gone through the steady beat and practiced that with our kiddos, so I'm just talking about how we're going to introduce rhythms to them now. But to do that, I actually begin with steady beat. So I'm going to sing a song, and then I'm going to have them play the steady beat.
Rain, rain, go away, come again another day.
And I'll just keep repeating the song and having them pat the beat as I either walk around the circle and sing or sing from the piano, but I'm getting their hands playing that steady beat. Next, I can do a couple different things. One idea is to bring up an icon chart that has the beats on it, and then I will have them listen to me sing while I point to the chart.
Rain, rain, go away, come again another day.
And I'll show them that I'm pointing to these pictures to show them that's the beat. Then I'll ask them to play along with me while I sing the song. So I'll have them follow along my finger while I sing, and then they're playing the beat.
Rain, rain, go away, come again another day.
So now we're really good with the steady beat, and it's time to move on to the rhythm. One fun idea is to take a scarf and play the rhythm with the scarf. I'll have everyone playing the beat, and I'm going to play the rhythm with the scarf.
Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day.
And then I can give everybody a scarf, and I can have them play it with me. If I'm going to use a scarf to do that, then I'm going to do some call and response or echo playing. So I would go,
rain, rain, go away,
and have them echo and do each line. Come again. I might even break that down a little bit.
come again another day, another day.
So you could use a scarf instead of just clapping the rhythm to change up your game a little bit. It also gives them a scarf. And then you can have them play the song with their scarf, the rhythm. And then what I'd like to do is I'll get a drum and I'll play the beat on the drum and have them play the rhythm on their scarves. One thing I do like about this is it's pretty quiet. They're not playing rhythm sticks, so it's very quiet. Next, you can take out the singing like I just did. You could take out the singing, have them just play the scarf with the rhythm. That's going to help their inner hearing. So it's going to be, and that's really fun for them to do. I have found that it helps if I have them not looking at any pictures. So sometimes I'll have everybody turn around and look at the back of the room or the side of the room. And also some of the kids, they even might want to close their eyes. That way they're not looking at the pictures. They're just using what's up here. So the kids actually like it. So for this song in particular, you turn the lights off and say it's getting cold and the storm clouds are coming in and it's starting to rain. And we're going to play the rhythm with our scarf. 1, 2, here we go. And they close their eyes. I'll say, close your eyes. 1, 2, here we go. And that just feels so nice in the classroom. So then they've had an experience of playing and saying and thinking the rhythms. We're decoding rhythms, and of course we can do the traditional way of having our charts with the icons, and then the next picture is going to show our rhythms on it, and we're going to go through and decode those rhythms. We're going to talk about how many sounds do you hear on this beat? That question It's a really important question, but it becomes more important when we have put in our bricks for the foundation of playing that beat with those pictures at the beginning of the lesson or in the lesson. So if we're going to pull out a chart, we want to give them experience looking at the beats and then playing those beats. And then we could talk about the sounds and the beats. So then we can go through and do that. That's a pretty traditional way to do it. I always like to throw in a create experience after we've done this. So let's say we're using Rain, Rain, Go Away, and we've got quarter notes and eighth notes, ta and tt. So then I will have my flashcards of ta and tt, have them work on putting those into patterns, even try to arrange them the right way for the song, either through a Google Slides activity or flashcards on the floor or on the board. So doing a create where they can apply the knowledge that they've learned, then that's a really great way to tidy up that learning experience. I'm talking about ways to help students decode rhythms. One thing that I came up with is using video play-along activities, and SyncPlay Create has a lot of rhythm play-along activities. I'll be using one of them in this video today to show you how to use it. You know, it's easy. We could just hit play and have them play along, but I like to really break it down. So I'll go through the steps of teaching just like I did with the scarf. And we're going to look first on the video and we're going to see, oh, which are the pictures? What are the pictures that tell us the beat? How many beats are there in each picture? And then we'll talk about the pictures. So I could use the presentation for this or just pause the video on the section I want to talk about. So then I'll have them look at the beats and then I'll say, well, how many sounds are on each beat? How do we say that pattern? And I'll have them say ta or tt, whatever the rhythms are in the video play along. And then I can have them say the rhythms. I can have them say the sounds of the words. So there's 4 or 5 different ways to just even get going using this video before we push play and they're playing along. So we're going to go through the beat, then we're going to talk about ta and tt, then we're going to talk about the words. And to change up the activity and make it fun, so we're not just talking, we're going to have them play with each other. So we've identified the beat, so I'm going to give everybody the beat is either going to pat or I'm going to give them a drum. And then if they're playing the rhythm, I'm going to either have them clap or give them some rhythm sticks. So this is one way we can change up the activity. The first time I do it, I'm going to have them pat and clap to get the idea of playing it. And I'm not going to just start the video. I'm going to go through each section first. I might use the presentation instead to do this. But if I don't want to change, the materials in the middle lesson, just put the video up. And I'm going to play the rhythms with the patting and the clapping of the rhythms. And I do like my students to say and play it. So I'll have them say it out loud. I might even have them go 1, 2, 3, 4, or ta, 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 or pat, pat, pat. On the beat, they're saying it. And the other group is going to clap the rhythms. Ta, ta, ti, ta. And I'm going to really work hard at having them playing together. Once we've gone through all those activities, then I can put the play along on. And they're going to be able to play that video without my help. I'll be able to walk around the classroom and help students who maybe don't get it yet or need some extra help feeling the beat, or the video might be too fast for them, and so I'll just help them along, and that will give me hands-free opportunity to help my students. So it's a great teaching tool to have a video in your classroom that gives you the opportunity to really get in and work with your students while everybody is busy doing something. After they've had some time to practice with the video and can play all the patterns, it's time to do the create part of our unit. And of course, these activities are spread out over several lessons. So I'm going to have either the Google Slides that come with the product, or I'm going to have my own flashcards or my own presentation where they can drag and drop digital images in. And I'm going to have them take turns coming up and creating a 4-beat pattern. Now, when I first started, I didn't have a lot of materials. So I just had basic flashcards, quarter notes, eighth notes on cards that I'd got laminated. And then I just drew 4 lines on the board like this. And I said, we're going to fill in the 4 beats. And then we're all going to play the rhythm. So then I would have the student fill in the beats. And then I would have them play the rhythm. And then have the class be their echo. And that's a way to introduce that activity, get them started with helping each other to play the rhythms and also filling in the 4 beats. After we do that activity, then we can take those skills and turn them into a game. So it would be very easy now to divide the class into 2 groups, and you can have 2 sections on your board with 4 lines for the 4 beats on each side. And then we're going to have each team take turns going up and putting their 4 rhythms in and echo playing with each other. And that may, it sounds easy, but kids love games, and you can keep score if you want to. I'd like to keep score. We played games, and an easy reward that I did was whoever wins the game and gets the most rhythms played correctly, they get to take a victory jog around the classroom. Or sometimes if we were playing instruments, I would let them play their instruments. So they can take a victory jog around, and the other team claps and says, "Yay, woohoo, they won!" We had so much fun playing a game. So that's a simple game you can use to help your students practice decoding rhythms and saying and playing, working together, making music together. Another way to play that game, where we have 2 teams and we've drawn some lines on the board and we have our flashcards ready, is to have a bucket of instruments at front too. So whoever comes up to put the rhythm together, they get to choose their own instrument and play it for everybody, and they'll either copy it back, clapping, or you could have everybody have rhythm sticks and the special instruments up front, like little finger cymbals or a gyro, something different that they could play the rhythm on. And that always just adds a little bit more fun to the activity. So we have them saying and playing rhythms, echo playing. They're also using the classroom instruments. They're doing teamwork, and it really is a fun activity for everybody, and they get to learn rhythms doing it. So the games that I'm sharing so far pretty much go through the kindergarten through 2nd grade age level, but you can take these games and twist them up just a little bit so they can go for your 3rd and 4th graders, possibly 5th grade. It just depends on your students. So one thing you can do is you can have your 2 teams, and you can have the bucket of instruments up front, have everybody have an instrument, except this time when Team A is playing their rhythm, Team B is going to play the steady beat. Bong, 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 bong. And you're going to have them practice the way you do in your classroom. I just did the 1, 2, ready, play, beat, 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 and rhythm. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. And then I had them do it 2 to 4 times. So it actually gives them some time to really get into it. So it would be counting in, 1, 2, ready, play. The beat plays for 4 beats. 1, 2, rhythm, go. Ta, ta, da, 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 that kind of thing. So then they're playing together. The reason I like this game is because it really helps them get prepared to play in an ensemble and play different instruments together and to listen to each other. It turns into not so much a competition, but a cooperation activity where they're helping each other play. In this setting, I wouldn't keep score. I would just really be encouraging them to make music together and see how well they could do as a class. If you have a class reward, you could give it out. I used to use stickers on their charts and things like that. And you could give them a positive motivation to work really hard at playing together and making music together. So this would be another way that you could help your students decode rhythms, but also create music together, which is awesome. So what's really great about all of these rhythm activities is you can do them as a whole class, and then you can have the students use these activities in stations. So you could have a station where students are playing along to the video. You could have a station where students are playing on the Google Slides. You could have a station that has instruments, where they're putting the 4 beats together and they're playing the rhythms together and taking turns in their little group. And then you could have another group that's a challenge group where half of them play the beat and the other half are playing the rhythm. And then they could take turns in the group until the timer goes off. So decoding rhythms can be a whole class activity. You're teaching them the skills that you then can use in smaller groups and in stations. I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot of ideas on how to help your students decode rhythms. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll subscribe. Let's keep kids moving and learning with music.